In today's video, I'm going to be sharing details of a stock to add to your watch list for tomorrow, and this is a stock with a potential 96% upside, 96% growth in revenue, and $1 billion expected in revenue by 2027. So stay tuned for details of this stock. And for MMTLP, we're going to be looking at an interview with Tucker Carlson with regard to NKLA, and this was a topic we're covering: short sellers, lies, jail time, and then victory, and also looking at the parallels of MMTLP. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from Market Watch, we can see the stock market today. Dow Jones was dropping, for S&P 500 and Nasdaq are on track for more records, and there was good news with regard to the Alphabet earnings, and Alphabet was up today and yesterday in the post market. So from Bloomberg, we can see stocks are set for a record as Alphabet is fueling AI hopes, and I think great potential for AI with Google. And news here we can also see with regard to breaking news and Trump, and we can see right now from Fox Business, Trump is meeting with Powell at the Fed, and he just tapped him on the back and stated, "I would like this guy to cut interest rates," and I think Powell was looking very, very sheepish. News with regard to AI, and Trump has just signed an executive order on AI, and I think this will benefit many AI technology stocks. So good news there. In terms of Tesla, there was a hit on Tesla stock yesterday and today, but what Elon Musk has stated is that investors should focus on the future filled with robots. So let's see how Tesla copes with the market so far. And in terms of stock news shared in the channel, we had news expected in terms of a discussion of the earnings for PETS. IBM was down over 7% with regard to worse expected earnings. OPN, Open Door Technologies, that was up 12% and rallying exceptionally well, a stock that we have been watching carefully. A deal with NOW and Google, and we also just shared earnings for Intel, which were better than expected. Let's now look at details of the stock I'd like to add for your watch list tomorrow. Ticker symbol IQST, also known as IQSTEL, and this is a company that provides telecommunication services, a wholesale carrier of voice, short message services, and data for other telecom companies. They've also entered the AI market, and I think the potential is huge. I think the number of catalysts are also growing, so I'm going to be sharing with you details of reasons why I'm bullish on IQST and why I think you should watch this carefully tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So first of all, if we head over to the company website, in terms of the investor relations page, we can see here this is a company with technology for a fulfilled life. They're publicly listed on the Nasdaq on the ticker symbol IQST, and their investment goal is to fuel human potential by empowering technology that generates substantial long-term value for stakeholders and customers alike. So that it's good that they are focusing on the shareholders, which I think is important in terms of the areas that they cover. We can see that they have 6 offices around the world, 4 continents of operation, 20 countries served, and over 100 global employees, including London, Istanbul, Dubai, Miami, and Argentina. So that's a great coverage there. But let's have a look at another page in terms of the investor relations page, and this I think is certainly bullish statement here in terms of growth, and they are stating here they are on course for steady progress to $1 billion revenue by 2027 in terms of their scalable growth model. So we will look at details of that, but I think one of the things that you may want to be focusing on right now is the chart. So at time of editing today, it was up 0.85% at $9.53, and I think what I think is one of the reasons why I think this may be a good buy price now. If you look at over the previous month, it is down 5.91%. It is rated as a strong buy, so we're going to look at that shortly as well. So I think it could be now a good time to pick up IQST, ticker symbol IQST, and one of the other reasons for that is this press release dated July the 15th, 2025, and this is, I think, certainly bullish, especially with regard to the integration of AI technology. So from PR Newswire, we can see the company have expanded into the tech portfolio with the launch of IQ2 call, delivering vertical AI telecom integration to target the $750 billion global market. So that's exceptionally bullish. So this is a huge market. So let's have a look at details of this press release. So the company proudly announced the launch of IQ2 Call, a next generation AI powered call center service developed by AI subsidiary, and this is currently being deployed with the first batch of customers in Spain and the United States. So it's potentially a $496 billion opportunity for disruption, and the value of its projections are exceeded to grow to approximately $750 billion by 2030. So it is certainly going to grow and grow. In terms of the plans that the company offers, especially with regard to revenue generation and business models, so companies can choose from full AI, hybrid AI, and also human first, where there is a 90% human with 10% AI. So in terms of the statement here from the company, they states here that we built this company with $30 million in revenue in 2018 to nearly $300 million last year. So that is tremendous growth. So let's get back now to the upside potential. And in terms of the analysts, we have a price target here of $18, and remember it's currently trading close just over the $9, so we're looking at a potential 96.29 upside and rated as a strong buy. So if we look at the upside potential here, and I think there is another analyst that also rates this with a target price of $22. So and this is over 12 months, so I think that is certainly extremely bullish. Let's now have a look at the earnings. So in terms of the financial performance, we can see here in 2024, IQSTL's revenue was $283.22 million. This was a 96% increase to the previous year's $144 million. However, losses did go up, and that is a concern. However, revenue is going up strongly. And what I'd like to share with you in the income statement is evidence of this increase in revenue year on year. If we go back to 2021, we can see the revenue growth year on year is positive 44%, 44.05%, 55%, 96%, and right now 69.01%. So that is exceptionally good. I do expect them to go into profit making very, very soon. And if we have a look at a summary of the earnings, we can see here there was a strong start to 2025, and they reported $128.8 million in preliminary unaudited revenue for the first half of 2025, and June alone contributing to just in excess of $27 million. So this is a clear sign that momentum is not only holding but also accelerating. So they are expected to surpass $400 million revenue during the Q3, several months ahead of the original target. So that's positive. And obviously we've just seen the recent launch of the IQ2 Call AI software, and the upcoming AI powered cybersecurity services through Current are driving this growth. July the 1st, they also completed the acquisition of Globestopper. So the company are growing, expanding and diversifying, and this move adds $60 to $70 million in annual revenue to their financial statements. And we can also see here that the company are working on a plan to grow Globestopper's revenue to $100 million annually. So that is exceptional. What I'd like to now have a look at is some details about a report on the company from Litchfield Hills Research. And I think what's extremely bullish in this report is the customer list of the world's largest telecom carriers. So if we have a look at this worldwide, this is exceptional. It includes Verizon, Bell, Vodafone, we have Deutsche Telekom, Orange, Turkcell, Ibasis, Zain, MTN, and many others, including Telecom Indonesia. So I think the potential is huge. And what I've personally summarized here in terms of the recent developments for you to have a look at, obviously we have the Globestopper acquisition, acquiring 51%, and obviously that is going to scale them, especially with regard to projected revenue. We have the IQT Call launch, and that has introduced AI to the company in terms of call center services with real-time voice AI, and I think the potential of that for the long term is huge. The company have NASDAQ uplisting, and that is going to increase their visibility going forward. They are not an OTC listed stock. Strategic goals of $400 million in revenue revenue by the third quarter of 2025, and that exceptional target of $1 billion, which I do think is realistic, by 2027. So they have a plan for debt reduction. $6.9 million in debt has been reduced, and obviously they are also looking at potential growth for the future. And the final thing I'd like to share with you in terms of bullish factors and sentiment, I think this stock is potentially ready for a breakout due to the low market cap, $33 million, and the revenue forecast currently $340 million. I do think the stock is priced attractively, and I think in terms of the debt reduction, that could be equivalent of $2 per share. The AI-powered call center platform launch, that is going to be exceptionally strong. The revenue growth we've seen is 96% in 2024, so that is continuing. Obviously, we do have concerns about them being profit-making, but I think if their revenue continues at this rate, that profit will also come. So remember, the analyst price target between $18 and $22 gives a potential upside of 96%, and obviously the NASDAQ listing is certainly something that is giving them more visibility, so keep an eye out on ticker symbol IQST. Before we look at MMTLP, one more thing I'd like to also add is a shout out to Stock Picks NYC, who's also posted with regard to IQST, and he stated here, looking attractive at these levels, flatline for over a month due for a pop. With a market cap of $33 million, the revenue figures are promising, and he expects a big move north once NASDAQ investors and institutions find it. So certainly go ahead and check out the post with his DD on IQST. So let's now move on to have a look at MMTLP, following on from the previous video where we looked at an interview with Tucker Carlson and Trevor Milton. So quick reminder of a post from Tucker Carlson, and he states here how Wall Street short sellers work with the media and federal prosecutors to destroy Trevor Milton's company and put him in jail for life. And this is a shocking story, but the good news here is that Trevor Milton is now out, and he is a free man after the pardon. So what we can see here in terms of a post from Squatch states here the similarities of what happened with Nikola Trevor and MMTLP are very interesting. So have a look at the clip, have a look at the interview, and in that interview they talk about short selling, and obviously Representative Ann Wagner's the new bill does not account for market manipulation against small businesses. So I think investors are looking for more action and more positive action. What Polish Assassin has stated, you're going down, and this is in response to the Nate Hindenburg, which goes by the name of Nate Anderson, who has posted with regard to the release of Tucker Carlson. He's certainly not happy, and obviously remember Nate Anderson is a controversial figure who's also in trouble himself, and he did write a hit piece and contributed to Tucker Carlson going in. What Happy and Positive has stated in response to Nate, and stated, you are also crooked, you haven't got the decency to put your hands up and accept what is coming. So obviously the short seller Nate Anderson and now shutting down of his almost 8-year-old research firm Hindenburg, which was certainly controversial, and I think it deserved to be shut down. What Black Man Boating has stated here is how Wall Street sellers, what short sellers worked with the media and federal prosecutors to destroy Trevor Milton's company and put him in jail for life. This is a shocking story. So we are having parallels with MMTLP, and I also think there are probably potential parallels with MMAT as well, which is another company that was destroyed. What Lillians has stated here is the pardon by Trump, along with John Hurley's recent appointment to head up the Treasury Department as a terrorism and financial crime division, gives him real hope for resolution. So let's hope that happens, and I think there may be fear in the market. And the final thing I'd like to share with you here is a post from John Berder, who stated, watch the interview, watch the movie, he's sitting here stunned, thank for the legal team successfully getting the case relocated to Texas. What incredible trauma you, your wife and family had to endure. And if you would like to compare notes with George Ballakaros and John Berder, he would love to visit. So let's see if this comes across. And we can see the post from Trevor Milton, who states, the truth was buried, we are digging it back up, watch my full interview. So let's hope this gives positive news and resolution also for MMTLP by bringing more awareness in terms of what happened and the parallels. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.